Good evening, fellow leaders. Welcome to How to Escape the Matrix. I'm your host, Hannah Thorsen, and I'm going to teach you how to escape the Matrix and become the true natural-born leader that you are. There's no specific first step you have to take in order to begin this journey, so this isn't going to be a step-by-step process. Rather, I'm going to share a lot of information that your intuition will guide you as to what you like the most and want to learn more about. I'm happy you're here, as this means you've reached a period in time where you want to change your life for the better. Not only for yourself, but for those around you. This week, I will be teaching you how to detach. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. This one fits more into the Matrix scheme, so you might want to stick around for this one. Hello, welcome back. Today is going to be a little bit of, I guess you'd say this fits the lens of escaping the Matrix more than the other videos, because a lot of escaping the Matrix has to do with personal development and like self-development, and so that's why like a lot of stuff I'm talking about might not sound like escaping the Matrix stuff, but more like how to be a better person, if you will, but that's still the same. They're both the same. But this video is going to be about detachment, and a lot of people might be confused about that, and there's also a lot of misconceptions about what detachment actually is. But this world is inherently physical. You own things, you see things, you have things. So, the idea of detachment kind of, in a way, might sound illogical, because it's like, why would I detach from what I'm logically seeing before my eyes? Especially when it comes to past experiences, you might think that if you see something again, that's just how the world works, because you continue seeing it over and over, but you don't actually realize that's you just generating the same thing over and over. But yeah, like your thoughts and your actions create your reality, and I very much recommend the thing that helped me truly begin to believe in this and believe in my thoughts and my actions generating my reality was quantum physics. So I really recommend you check that out and look into it and research it, because that might give you a little bit more of a logical explanation as to what I'm talking about when it comes to creating your own reality. All things, people, experiences, everything is in your control. You create it, but at the same time, you don't control it. That's where that like duality comes in. This world does operate on duality, so while you have control, you also don't. And it's important to learn what you can and what you can't control. So basically, the art of detaching is to let go of the outcome, let go of the how of whatever it is you're looking to do or see. When you let go of the outcome and you let go of the results and you focus entirely on the present, what you're going through now and how what you're going through now is helping your evolution, and you just become very, very present, you're going to start seeing a lot of shifts in your reality, because you're becoming more mindful and more aware, and you're not being attached to the things that are happening for you. Not to you, for you. So if you cannot control what you see, or the things around you, or the people, or whatever like that, if you can't control what they're doing, if you can't control anything of those regards, which you usually 99% of the time can't, what you can control is how you're reacting to it, and how you're choosing to think and act upon what you are seeing, because what you're seeing is what you're projecting. One thing that people kind of misconstrue about detachment is not about avoiding issues. It's not about putting a mask over your face. It's not about putting your face in the sand and pretending like certain things don't exist. It's about letting go of an unhealthy belief, action, or attachment to whatever it is you're experiencing. When the universe sees you dwelling on a specific negative circumstance, because you're a magnet, because you generate your reality, the universe will continue to give you the same results it will continue to give you those negative things that you keep dwelling on, because when you dwell, that's causing an energy flow within your brain that's heightening the magnetism of your brain, and it's causing the things to start happening around you. You look at billionaires and millionaires and people like Oprah. If they were to see somebody rob a McDonald's, could you imagine them getting really angry, really upset, starting a fit, becoming very judgmental and all that? No, because they are self-aware. From what I've seen from Oprah and the different people different millionaires, and I've seen not all millionaires and billionaires are self-aware. So don't think that all of them are, because a lot of them are still stuck in their ego. But the ones that are self-aware, you don't typically see them reacting to their environment in negative ways, because they understand the duality that is the human existence. So, to fully detach, think about what you desire, whether it comes to work, money, love, finances, material things, past experiences, whatever it might be. Think about the circumstance. Think about what you want out of the circumstance, and then let it go. Know that you want it. Know that that desire is there, but do not attach to the desire. Do not believe that your desire, when you attach to your desire, you can essentially create a feeling of lack, and that, again, the universe will continue to bring you lack. So don't believe that you don't have what you want. Believe that you have what you want, and you're gonna get what you want, but you're okay with not knowing how or when. Completely detach from the outcome and the how, and you will start to create a very clear energy pull within your brain. So, because I love you, I'm going to give you some examples of how to detach from certain aspects in your life, because it's not all just about getting something. It's also maybe something you want to change within yourself, or just there's different aspects to life and different aspects to detachment. So, detaching from the physical, detaching from your physical world, the material things that you see around you. When you attach to these things and you want amazing things, and it's not because you just like material stuff and you're good with if you have it or you don't, but you enjoy the luxurious life, that's different. When you like material stuff because you like it and it makes you feel good and you just like to have it, that's good. But when you attach to something and it's your way of showing yourself off, or it's your way of catering to others' needs, what attaching to material goods does is it shows that you have a lack of self-confidence, and it shows that you have a lack of self-worth, because you don't believe that if you by yourself are valuable and can attract people without having a Ferrari, without having like loads of money. When you believe that you can attract prosperous, abundant, amazing people without material goods, and you start becoming just like really grateful for what you already have, that is the art of detachment from material goods, because you realize that you don't need anything to be fully self-sufficient, self-loving. You don't need anything to generate love and abundance and happiness, and your self-worth is derived strictly from you and nothing else. So yeah, a big part of detaching from the physical is to just start being really grateful for what you have. Maybe even start journaling. That's what I did for a little bit. I started writing down literally everything that I was grateful for that I had in my life. Alright, so the next thing would be detachment from relationships. This one can get sticky because people then believe like, oh, if I detach from my relationship, I don't actually care about them. That's not what this detachment is. Detachment within relationships is detachment from the expectation of how they react to you and how they act in general. When you detach from your relationships, you're basically fully accepting the other person as they are and not having any expectations or requirements as to how they should act towards you. Now, if they are being very negative and they're causing you to feel very heavy inside, that is something where you're going to have to take some action to get that out of your life, because then if you say you detach from them and you allow them not to control you, but they're still being very belligerent, that's and you're choosing to stay, then that's kind of like a codependency. You're attaching to them and you're attaching to the potential of them changing, and you're attaching to the idea that you might be able to control the outcome of them becoming a better person by you remaining in their life because you want them to see that you believe in them. It's very deep. So you have to learn, when it comes to detachment, it has to be healthy, and you have to know that when you're detaching, it's because you're reflecting and you're not controlling, and you're allowing them to act how they act without letting it affect your self-worth. And if how they're acting is affecting your self-worth, then that means you gotta dip. Another instance would be detaching from your past experiences, your past trauma, past negativity. The more attached you are to the experiences you've had in your past means you're less present in the now, and you're less grateful for how those experiences have shifted you into the person that you are now. If those negative things didn't happen to you, you wouldn't have grown, you wouldn't have become strong, you wouldn't have believed in yourself, and you wouldn't have a story to share with others on how you got to where you are today. Obviously, when you continue to replay these negative things and you think about why me, you're gonna generate very heavy feelings, very heavy emotions. You're not going to feel good. You're going to feel horrible, and that's going to continue generating in your reality. It's going to continue making you feel fearful and anxious, and you're going to feel so stressed because every time something bad happens to you, you're going to just feel this horrible inside of you, and you're not going to know how to change it. So detaching from your past looks like becoming very mindful and aware of when you start dwelling. When you start dwelling on the negative, you've got to become mindful. Take a moment, breathe, do some mindful meditation, 5 minutes, just like sit down, chill, think about why you're dwelling, and think about what you can do to stop dwelling. It's all about bringing yourself back into the present, because the present is your best friend. When you're present and you're grateful and you're loving and you're happy in your current situation, that's the key. Now, if part of your past is still bugging you and it continues bugging you and it keeps just coming up and you don't know why, that is very indicative that you have not released your emotions and you have not forgiven that situation. You believe that that situation was meant to happen to you, not for you. So what you have to do, if this past keeps coming up and you can't get over it, allow yourself to sit in the feelings of whatever past experience happened to you. Allow yourself to go back into that, to feel that pain, to feel the sadness, to feel the anger, feel whatever it is that negative experience gave you. Allow yourself to process and release those emotions, because all it is when you go through something and you don't allow yourself to release those emotions, they're going to store within you. They're going to store within your subconscious. And every time that kind of a situation happens again or something similar, that anger and that it's like you can't breathe almost feeling. When you can't breathe, that means you haven't released that and you haven't forgiven the situation. Just allow yourself to sit, relax, feel what you've got to feel. Allow yourself to cry, to be angry, and then just learn to forgive the circumstances. Understand that they were meant for you, and ask yourself, how did this situation mold me into who I am now? How did that negative experience change my perspective on the world to go about it? So if this situation does happen again, how can I better react and better respond instead of reacting in the same way I did last time? After all, everything that happens to you is for you because it is meant for your evolution to grow and change from who you used to be. If you stopped evolving, if you stopped going through bad things, you would never grow and you would remain in the same spot. There's no evolution there, so what's the point of life if we're not evolving? The last example I'll give is your detachment from fear. People tend to think that when they're fearful, it's because that's like, oh, I'm scared, so that must mean this thing is bad, so I can't partake in it. When you're fearful and you allow yourself to slip into that fear, you're gonna miss a lot of opportunities, especially when it comes to like career or just like big things or like maybe relationships. You want to go out and ask your crush for something, but you're afraid to be rejected. That fear can stop a lot of things. I met someone about 4.5 years ago. I believe she's my twin flame. And I was very afraid to ask her for her snap. And so I had a friend do it. And I'm very lucky that they did it. I'm lucky she said yes and I got her snap. Because had I given in to that fear and not even asked for anything at all, I would have lost the most life-changing personal development, self-development, spiritual journey. I would have lost the biggest, most important catalyst and learning experience of my entire life if I had given into that fear. She single-handedly, and I'm not afraid to admit this, it is the reason why I am where I am today. And I'm very grateful for that. And I'm just so happy that I didn't cave into my fear of believing that because at the time I had really short hair, and I might still look like a dude now, which is fine. I don't really give a fuck. But I just like I just like to dress how I dress and cut my hair how I like to cut it. But back then I was very afraid that when someone saw me in person that I really liked, I thought they would think I was a dude, and then when I'd go and say hi and then they'd realize I wasn't a dude, then I'd embarrass myself, or I'd be afraid that, we made eye contact but they didn't actually like me, or just like all these little self-limiting beliefs that would cause me not to go for it. So detachment from fear, what you've got to do is constantly step out of your comfort zone, constantly do things that you don't feel comfortable doing. When you do that, you're training your subconscious to believe that when you're outside of your comfort zone, you're actually still in your comfort zone. You're becoming comfortable in the uncomfortable. You're becoming comfortable in the unknown, which is everything that your ego hates. Your ego loves being in control. It loves being in the known. It loves knowing everything that you're doing and how you're going to do it. When you detach from that ego, when you detach from that fear, and you just allow yourself to step into the unknown and do everything that you thought you could never do, that's going to be a beautiful, beautiful shift of reality for you. So yeah, the more you try to control, the more you're going to feel shitty inside, because you feel like you've got to do something, you got to be somewhere, you gotta. There's no you gotta. You just are. You just be. Just be present, be grateful, be excited for what the future holds for you. Have whatever desire you have. Think about what it looks like, and then detach from how it's going to happen, and just let it be. Let the universe fill in the gaps of what it could possibly give to you, because you literally never know how you're going to be blessed every single day. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. I love you guys so much. I'm always sending good vibes, good love, hugs all around. We'll see you guys next Sunday. And as always, remember, experience does not equal potential. Peace.